What really goes on behind the scenes of Sean McVay's coaching brilliance? And how does a locker room process a tough loss that no one saw coming? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on Rams football as Brockers breaks down McVay's leadership style. The Mob Squad debates what went wrong against the Panthers, and all eyes turn toward a massive showdown with the Cardinals. Welcome back to the Rams Squad show, where the voices inside the locker room meet the questions every fan is asking. This isn't just about stats or highlights. This is about mindset, accountability, and what it takes to bounce back in the NFL when the margin for error is razor thin.
Let's start with Brockers, a guy who's seen multiple eras of Rams football and knows the difference between talent and true leadership. When Brockers talks about Sean McVay, the first thing that stands out isn't the playbook, it's the energy. According to Brockers, McVay brings a level of intensity that's contagious, but it's balanced with clarity. Players never walk into a meeting unsure of their role.
They know exactly what's expected, how they fit into the game plan, and why a certain decision is being made. Brockers explains that McVay coaches with purpose. Every drill, every rep, every film session has a reason behind it. If something doesn't work on Sunday, McVay doesn't deflect or sugarcoat it. He owns it. And that ownership filters down through the roster. When your head coach is willing to say, "That one's on me," it creates a culture where players are willing to do the same. Another key point Brockers highlights is communication. McVay doesn't just talk at players, he talks with them. Defensive leaders are encouraged to speak up, ask questions, and even challenge ideas in a respectful way. That openness builds trust, and trust is what allows a team to play fast. When players aren't hesitating or overthinking, they can react instinctively, and that's when the Rams are at their best. But culture alone doesn't win games, and that brings us to the tough conversations surrounding the Panthers' loss. In the Mob Squad discussion, there's no dodging the reality. That game hurt, not just because of the result, but because of how it unfolded. Missed opportunities, breakdowns in execution, and moments where momentum slipped away too easily. One side of the debate points to discipline. Penalties, extended drives, small mistakes added up, and against any NFL team, that's a recipe for trouble. The Mob Squad agrees that the margin for error was ignored and the Panthers took full advantage. Football at this level punishes lapses in focus, and that game was a reminder of how unforgiving Sundays can be. Another angle in the debate centers on preparation versus adaptability. The Rams came in with a solid plan, but when the Panthers adjusted, the response wasn't fast enough. The Mob Squad emphasizes that great teams don't just prepare well, they adjust better. It's not about abandoning the game plan, but about evolving it in real time. That's something the Rams have done successfully before, which makes this loss even more frustrating. There's also an emotional layer to the conversation. Some players admit that maybe the urgency wasn't where it needed to be early on. Not a lack of effort, but a lack of edge. In the NFL, confidence can quietly turn into comfort, and comfort is dangerous. The Mob Squad is clear on this point. No opponent can be taken lightly, and respect for the game has to show up from the first snap. Despite the disappointment, the tone of the debate isn't negative. It's honest. Losses like this can fracture a team, or they can sharpen it. The Mob Squad believes this one falls into the second category, as long as the lessons actually stick. Which brings us to what's next, the Cardinals game. This matchup isn't just another week on the schedule, it's divisional football, and that always means more. Familiar faces, familiar schemes, and absolutely no secrets. The Cardinals know the Rams, and the Rams know the Cardinals. Execution will matter more than surprise. From Brockers' perspective, this is where McVay's coaching really shows. Short memory, clear focus, and an emphasis on fundamentals. The message this week is simple. Do your job, trust the guy next to you, and play with urgency for 4 quarters. There's no room for carryover emotions, but there is room for motivation.
Defensively, the key is setting the tone early. Pressure, communication, and discipline will be critical, especially against an offense that thrives on exploiting hesitation. The Rams know that if they can control the tempo and win early downs, they put themselves in position to dictate the game.
Offensively, efficiency is the word of the week. No forcing plays, no unnecessary risks, just smart football. Move the chains, finish drives, and keep the defense fresh. Against a divisional opponent, every possession feels heavier, and the Rams understand that points left on the field can come back to haunt you. What stands out most as this Cardinals game approaches is the mindset. There's no panic, but there's definitely urgency. The Panthers' loss is being used as fuel, not baggage. Brockers puts it best when he says that great teams aren't defined by avoiding adversity, but by responding to it. And that's what this moment is about for the Rams, a chance to show who they are, not just when things go right, but when they've been tested. McVay's coaching, the mob squad's accountability, and a high-stakes divisional matchup all collide in a week that could set the tone for what's ahead. So, as kickoff approaches, remember this: football seasons aren't built on perfection, they're built on response. The Rams have taken a hard look in the mirror, and now it's time to answer on the field. That's it for today's Ram Squad show. If you're riding with the team through the highs and the lows, stay locked in, because this next chapter is about to be written, and it starts with the Cardinals.